Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about how to crack MyCAT. MyCAT, as you must be aware, is a test conducted by MICA to accept students for the various programs that are offered by the institute. MyCAT is a very different exam. It has sections that you typically don't come across in other exams, such as descriptive test and psychometric test. Hence, the strategy that you need to follow to crack MyCAT is going to be slightly different. In this video, we will talk about the paper pattern of 2019. We will then talk about the changes that are going to happen for 2020 and then discuss each of the sections in detail and talk about how can you actually crack MyCAT. So let's get started. Before we get into individual sections, let's first understand what is the selection process followed by MICA. So MICA has a three-step selection process. In the first step, they look at your CAT, XAT, or GMAT scores. You need to submit at least one of these scores to be eligible. The second thing is to, of course, take MyCAT. Now, MyCAT is conducted twice in the year, which means you can take either MyCAT 1 or MyCAT 2 or even both of them. The next is they use your CAT, XAT, GMAT score and your MyCAT score to arrive at a consolidated score. The weightage for CAT, XAT, GMAT or MyCAT score is 50-50. And based on these consolidated score, they are going to create a shortlist for the group exercise and personal interview round. And once you appear for this round as well, your final selection will have weightage of CAT score at 20%, MyCAT weightage at 30%, group exercise 20%, and PI will carry a weight of 30% in the overall selection process. Let's understand the paper pattern which was followed in 2019 by MyCAT in detail now. In 2019, MyCAT had a few surprises. Though the overall composition of the paper remained the same, the number of questions saw an increase in the psychometric area. So section A was psychometric test and you had 150 questions to be responded to in the time limit of 30 minutes. There was no negative marking in this section. The section B was descriptive test which had 4 questions and you were given 30 minutes to answer. The answers were supposed to be typed out using the provided keyboard. Again, there was no negative marking because there are no right or wrong answers in this area. And lastly, your section C had divergent and convergent thinking, which is typically what we call as logical reasoning, verbal ability, the QA and DI section, and general awareness. So these 4 sections combined, you had 105 questions to be attempted in 105 minutes. Now, section C is the only part which has negative marking in MyCAT. So the negative marking is 1/4, so +1 for a right answer and minus 0.25 for a wrong answer. So this was the paper pattern which was followed in 2019. But there are some announcements with respect to the 2020 pattern. So let's understand what are the changes that are going to happen. On the official MyCAT website or the MICA website, you will see an article which states that the duration of MyCAT has been reduced from 2 hours 45 minutes to 2 hours 15 minutes. In the same article, they have mentioned that the number of sections is going to remain same. However, the total number of questions will be reduced. So if you're taking MyCAT 1, you have to be prepared for any eventuality. You don't know what the number of questions will be. But if you're taking MyCAT 2, of course, by then we'll have clarity as to what is the number of questions. Let's now talk about each of the sections in detail and understand some tips that you can use to crack these sections. We will first talk about section A, which is psychometric test. A lot of students are worried about psychometric test because they don't know how to prepare for it. But the actual answer is you don't have to prepare. Psychometric test is a personality assessment for which you can't really prepare. You just have to be true to yourself. So let's understand what are the kind of questions that are asked on the MyCAT psychometric test. First of all, last year you had 150 questions to be attempted in 30 minutes. And this was significant increase over the number of questions asked in the previous year. Previously, if I recall correctly, in 2018, there were just about 20 to 30 questions in the psychometric test. Please understand that psychometric test is qualifying in nature, which means the score of that is not used as a quantitative data point to shortlist candidates. So either you qualify or you don't qualify. Last year, all the questions which were given had 8-point scale. So this is a Likert scale which ranged from totally disagree to totally agree. Now let's look at some sample questions. Now these are not the actual questions because of course I'm not allowed to share them, but the questions were like these. In discussions, I like to get straight to the point, and you would rate your response on the scale which is given to you from totally disagree to totally agree. Let's look at a few more sample questions. I enjoy the drama and excitement of a crisis situation. I find it difficult to produce ideas on impulse. So I'm sure all of you have had situations where you have seen or experienced these things, but you have to reply in as authentic manner as you can to these questions. Now let's understand what are the tips that you can use to crack a psychometric test. A common advice which is given to everybody is be quick and don't overthink. These are personality questions at the end of the day. You know yourself better. So make sure that you be very quick, don't overthink, and answer the first thing that comes to your mind. Another thing is, a lot of times people try to answer in a specific manner. You will answer as if you are the most ideal person out there. Please don't do that. So stay true to who you are and don't try to answer in a specific or idealistic manner. Please remember that there are no right or wrong answers. So make sure that you complete everything, complete all the questions that are there on the psychometric test without any hesitation. And take IMS mocks because you will get enough exposure that you need for psychometric tests in that manner. Additionally, if you want to practice, you can always just quickly Google and take a few demo psychometric tests. Let's now go to section B, which is the descriptive test, and understand the questions that are asked in this particular section. Now, descriptive test is there to test the analytical and descriptive writing ability and creative skills of students. So what kind of questions are asked? The answers, first of all, have to be typed. A lot of students think that I have to write down the answers. No, that is not the case. The answers have to be typed using the provided keyboard, and the time which was allotted last year was 30 minutes. There were 4 questions, and these 4 questions carry different marks. So let's understand how many marks are there for each of the questions. I'm going to share a topic from the 2019 MyCat 1. And the topic was, or the question 1 was, laziness, how can it benefit society or how it can benefit society? And students were supposed to write 3 points for the topic. So this carried 10 marks. The same statement or the same topic was given, and you had to write 3 points against the topic, and for which also you had 10 marks. So the same topic, but you have to write for and against that particular topic. In third question, it was also related to laziness, and they asked, suggest steps by which a young manager could ensure that laziness could be used as a tool for organizational success. It clearly mentioned that you're not supposed to use any of the ideas or points that you have given for the question 1 and question 2 answer. This particular question carried 20 marks. Now, to write answer for this particular question, please understand that you have to be as creative as you can. Don't restrict yourself by the points that you have thought for Q1 and Q2, and do a fresh start. Think about, okay, what are the ways in which managers can use this? So, for example, if I just think of one of the statements that Bill Gates had made, that if he wants to hire somebody, he will hire somebody who is very lazy because that person will find the most effective way of solving a particular problem. So that is why you need to expand your horizon. You need to think in various lateral manners and then come up with responses. But of course, be descriptive because that is the whole point of this assessment. We will also look at the topics which were asked in MyCat 2 of 2019. In MyCat 2, they asked about environment is a resource meant for consumption. Again, write 3 points for the topic. Q2 had the same topic, but now you have to write 3 points against the topic. And in Q3, they asked, suggest 3 ways in which young professionals could stay off the environment controversy. So you will notice that Q1, Q2, Q3 are related to the same generic area, but they're asking you to give different pointers. So make sure again that you be creative and come up with responses that show your creativity. The fourth question of the descriptive test had 4 pictures, and you have to combine these pictures and create a story. Now you have to form a sequence of the images. So they will be giving it as A, B, C, D. and you have to form a particular sequence. It could be BADC or DABC, and then you are narrating your story in that particular order. So in MyCat 2 last year, these were the set of images. Now just see how interesting these things are. You had one which is an abstract art kind of an image. You have image of a clear blue sky, a chair in a garden, and a water outlet. Think in different directions. Think of what story can you build using this. Last year, I took MyCat 1, and these were the four images that I had in my paper. Of course, these were not the exact images, and I've taken the liberty to pick similar images. So the first image was that of a bee-shaped drone. So you could clearly figure out that it was a drone. It was not a bee, but it was a drone. Then there were windows slit. There was one image which had a mall in it, and it looked like a shopping complex. And there was last image which was of a house with red color. I think the bricks were red, or it had like a structure which appeared red in color. So now it may sound definitely funny to you guys, but this was the story that I wrote. So my story was that I woke up on a Sunday morning and I was just thinking of, is there any creative project that I can work on? And the TV was on and they were showing this movie called Makki. And I was looking out of my window and I saw a bee enter my house. And that gave me an inspiration to create a bee-shaped drone. So I thought that, okay, let me go to the market and get some material for this. When I started going out, I came across a red house, and there were kids playing around, and they were chasing butterflies and stuff. Then I reached the mall and started gathering the material that I need. I got some LCD panel, like a small LCD panel, a small camera, and a few other electronic items, and decided to come home and build a drone. So of course, I added up a lot of elements and so on. But the key here is to be creative. See, there's no right or wrong answer here. You can come up with whatever story that you want to tell the panel. So the question is, how do you prepare for something like this? Is there any specific way in which you can prepare? The answer is yes. You can at least train your mind to think in a certain direction. So let's understand what are the tips that you can use to crack this particular part of the test. First and foremost, write something every day. Now, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. That's what they say, which means unless you practice writing, you will not get better at it. A lot of us have thoughts, but we don't put them down on the paper and or we don't think about them in a very creative manner. So the key here is to write every single day. So maybe some of you are taking CAT, and for the next few days you can wait. But the moment your CAT is done and you start preparing for MyCat, take topics every single day. Take set of images every single day and write down. Show it to your friends, show it to your family members, and get feedback from them. You can, of course, show it to your IMS mentors as well and get a sense of how you can develop your content. The second thing is work on your typing speed because this is one area where you have to type a lot, and those who don't have a practice of writing on keyboard, some of them last time were not able to finish their paper. So make sure that you work on your typing speed and you're able to complete the entire section in the given time. Another common observation that we had was students try to improve a particular answer to perfection. So they will just keep writing one or two answers and then the time runs out. So they're not able to complete everything. Instead of that, so instead of perfecting a particular answer, think about it this way that in businesses or in software, there's something called MVP, which is minimum viable product, which means you create something that has all the minimum features that are required for that particular product or service, and then you ship it to the market. And then you work on improvements. So do one thing, write down the main structure and whatever content that you want to write for each of the questions first in about 20 minutes or so, use the remaining 10 minutes to improvise. Because this is not like your college or school essay thing wherein you can't go back and edit something. Because you're writing in on a screen using a keyboard, you can always enter somewhere midway and then complete that part. So make sure you follow this strategy. And lastly, when it comes to writing itself, there are few elements that you need to focus on. Number one is structure. You need to have a structure, whatever it is that you're writing. Second is clarity of thoughts. Just the language is not important, but if you're able to convey what you want to say clearly, That is the most important thing. The third is examples. So using real life examples, especially for the question 1, 2, and 3, will definitely add some value. And lastly, creativity. There is no limit to what you can say. So bring examples from, let's say, movies, entertainment, music, books, whatever you think is relevant for that particular question. We will now talk about the section C of MyCat. This is nothing but the aptitude test part of the entire assessment. We'll start with divergent and convergent thinking. Now, within this section, you have a lot of questions from word association and visual reasoning. Now, what is word association? So think of questions similar to what you have on screen. There are a set of clues given and there are a set of alternatives given to you. From the alternatives, you are supposed to find which word will go with maximum number of clues that are given. For example, in this case, the word apple will go with each of the clues in some manner. For example, you can have a cart which has apples in it. Apples and oranges are fruits. You have cider which is created from apple. So apple can go with all the clues that are given and hence you will go with that as the answer. A lot of questions appeared from visual reasoning and these were either odd man out, analogy or series based questions. There were also questions from statement assumptions. You had questions on data sufficiency, family tree, and arrangement, but they appeared as standalone questions. So overall, this particular section was moderate to difficult, and there were a total of 30 questions in this area. The next section that you will come across is the verbal ability. In VARC, you have very few questions that appear from RC. So there was only one passage last year on which you had 5 questions, and the other questions were from verbal area. You had questions which checked the grammar awareness, so grammatically correct sentence, and there were questions based on jumbled paragraphs, so parajumbles, questions from synonyms and antonyms, so checking your vocabulary in that sense, and then again grammar questions in the form of identifying error in the underlined part, preposition based fill in the blanks, phrase based fill in the blanks with 4 blanks, and meaning of underlined idioms or idiom based fill in the blanks. So it tests heavily your verbal skills compared to your reading comprehension skills. But this overall section, which was verbal ability, was easy to moderate difficulty level. The area that stumped a lot of people last year was the quantitative ability and data interpretation section, because there were a lot of questions which would be categorized as difficult. Especially, there were questions from geometry which appeared to be difficult for most of the students. So, what all topics are tested? Last year, you had questions from arithmetic. So, there were 7 questions in total, and they were from profit and loss, mixtures, ratios, time, speed, distance, and so on. There were questions from numbers as well. Modern math also made an appearance, and you had some pretty difficult questions from permutation combination. Geometry, as I said, there were a lot of questions on angle of elevation and depression, which required understanding of trigonometry, and there were questions from mensuration as well. And you will see that out of the entire 25 questions, the weightage that you had for arithmetic and geometry was pretty significant. There was a standalone question from algebra, which was on quadratic equations, and there was one set of data interpretation, or other 2 sets. One of them was table, and the other one was a pie chart. So DI has very small weightage in the section, but yes, it is very important. Overall, the section was difficult last year, and all the students who have either prepared for CAT or for other entrance exams should not really find it very difficult as such. And moving on to the last area, which is the general awareness. Now, the questions are either you know it or you don't. One good thing about the section is that it will be done very quickly. You don't have to spend a lot of time on GK. You can allocate your time to other sections. But GK is very, very important. There were 25 questions which covered static and current GK. The questions dealt with national issues, international topics, and some miscellaneous types as well. For example, you had questions from business area, government related or politics related, questions based on ad agencies, laws and acts, and law. Earlier, MyCat used to focus a lot on business GK, but last year they kind of deviated from that pattern. A lot of questions from geography also made an appearance, which was surprising. So there were 18 static questions and 7 current affairs questions. But see, this is something that is not written in stone. You can always have different distribution this time. And we would encourage students not to go with this particular thing and prepare a lot on static GK. So make sure that you prepare for static as well as current GK so that you are ready to crack this section. In the overall assessment, this particular section was rated as difficult because of those geography questions, which a lot of people were not able to answer. Nobody was even expecting that in the first place. Overall, students found this section difficult, and a score of 10 to 15 would have been great last year in this particular section. So what happens after the test? After the test, once the results are out, you get to see your scorecard in this format. It will have your name, it will have whether you're qualified in the psychometric test or not. So if you see the screen, you can see that the word qualified appears there, and it will show you how many marks you have obtained in each of the sections. It will also show you what is the highest score obtained by any candidate in that particular section and the lowest score obtained by any candidate in that section. For example, in VA last year, this is MyCat 1 scorecard. The highest was 16.75 on 25, and the lowest was a negative score. In quant, somebody managed to get perfect score 25 on 25, but the least was a negative 3.75. In GK, as I said, a 10 to 15 would have been a fantastic score, as the highest was 15.25, and most of the students scored in between 5 to 10. The least score was negative, which is minus 3.75. In divergent and convergent thinking, logical reasoning area, a lot of candidates tend to do better, and hence the highest was 26.5 and the least was 0. So overall, a score of 48 to 50 in the entire paper out of 105 would have been considered good enough to get a MICA call. Having said that, don't limit yourself with the past cutoffs. Though we say that 48 to 50 was a good enough score, it doesn't mean that everybody who scores a 48 or a 50 plus gets a call from MICA, because they also look at your CAT, XAT, or GMAT score. So since it is the combined score that is used for the GEPI selection, make sure that you score as high as possible. You could be somebody who has not done that well in CAT, but manages to do well in the MyCAT. So your combined score, if that is good enough, you're going to definitely get a call. Or maybe you're done well in CAT, and even if you don't do as well in MyCAT, you might still end up with a call. So the standard recommendation to everybody is try to score as much as you can. So to conclude, what's the overall preparation strategy that we recommend? Firstly, work on the areas that are specific to MyCat, which is word associations, visual reasoning, and general knowledge. Because these areas are not tested on other exams. So definitely you'll have to prepare for this. Go through current affairs of 2020. For this, you can refer to the IMS compendium and follow news on a regular basis. Now, this will also help you in the descriptive test because you will be able to come up with various examples while writing. Another thing is prepare for descriptive section by taking random topics. By random, I mean you can take anything. If you're reading a newspaper or a magazine article, just try to form an opinion. Try to write something. Also take a few random images. You can practice this by asking your friends or your family members to give you a set of random images from newspaper or magazine and then try to form a story based on it. And then time yourself and type it out. Please don't write it down. I'll repeat, practice typing it on a keyboard. And lastly, take IMS mocks. IMS mocks are definitely going to help you. And you also have some past papers available on the MICA website. Please go through them to get an idea of what kind of paper it will be. So there is one paper which has very few questions from each of the sections. So it is like a sample paper, but they have also given two proper full length papers with answers. So make sure that you have a look at those PDFs to get a sense of the kind of questions or the difficulty of the questions. Overall, to conclude, I would say MyCat is a very interesting exam. It rewards people who are creative, who are good with GK, and people who can work with their divergent and convergent thinking. So you have a lot of time to prepare. Make sure that you give your best and all the best for MyCat and the remaining test season.